Hi Rainbows, welcome back to my channel. I'm refreshing my hair so I thought I would sit down and film my 20-week pregnancy update. Wow, I'm halfway. That's insane. So recapping you guys on what happened last week. So I did have my anatomy scan at 19 weeks and I was meant to go in to my OB to get results, talk about it, I don't know. However, I came down with, the flu or the cold and pretty much lost my voice. You can see like under my nose is still really red from blowing it so much. I've been really phlegmy, really congested, coughing, and just feeling amazing, basically. So I did call my OB and said, I'm sick, I need to reschedule. And it wasn't an appointment that they could do over the phone. I actually had to be there in person. So I have that appointment tomorrow, I think. So yeah, I'll be 21 weeks by then, obviously. It's 21 weeks. Wait, what day is it? Been 21 weeks for a few days now, so. All right, recapping you guys on everything. I've been getting, I don't know if it's Braxton Hicks because I don't think I really had that with Hazel, but every now and then I've been getting this sharp, intense, crampy kind of pain in my lower stomach, and it just hits me and I'm just like, oh, it almost like starts off a little bit slow and builds to something quite sharp and then just disappears. Or if I get up and walk around, it disappears. At first I thought maybe it's, round ligament pain, but it's always been happening when I've been sitting still. And from what I've read of round ligament pain, it happens kind of more if you move quickly, if you move in a different spot, like suddenly, and you get this kind of like, oh, pulled a muscle kind of pain, which I've definitely got that. And even sometimes just moving, I felt like a cord has been pulled and popped and like snapped almost, like, oh, ow, I shouldn't have done that. So I don't know if this is actually Braxton Hicks or not. I'm going to talk to my OB when I go in and see what the go is with that. It's not constant, it's not repetitive, just random times. Usually when I am sitting down, it will just creep up and be like, and I'll be like, ah! Been having more lightning crunch, which is great. Did have that with Hazel as well. So for those that don't know, lightning crunch is a pretty much sharp, intense stabbing pain in your lady cake, basically. No lube, kind of just, I've also been finding it's been getting hard to sleep overnight, struggling to stay asleep as well, also waking up at like 3 o'clock, not being able to fall back to sleep, or, just waking up when Hazel has woken during the night and just can't get back to sleep kind of thing. Definitely feeling more kicks. However, I think maybe since I've been sick, I haven't been feeling as many. Still feel kicks every day, but probably just little like blah, blah, little kind of things. So maybe baby's just sleeping and recovering as I have been kind of thing. Because God, being sick while you're pregnant, being sick while you're pregnant with a toddler. So yeah, that is basically what I've written down. So yeah, I've been pretty much sick the whole week and I did decide to go and get tested for Covid-19. I didn't think that I had it, but I thought if there's even a 1% chance that it could be that, I need to know. So we're very lucky in the state where I am, in WA. Anyone that has respiratory type illness, anyone that has a fever will meet the criteria to go and get tested. So because I'd been coughing, I was finding it challenging to breathe. Even when I did have a big coughing fit, I would find it hard to breathe. I thought, I don't think it is corona, but I need to know if it is or not, So I did go and get tested. It was pretty full on and I did record like when I arrived, so I'll show you guys that. I'm kind of scared because it looks so full on. For the past maybe 2-3 days, I've been croaky. I feel completely fine except my voice. I'm phlegmy, I'm coughing, and it is a little bit hard to breathe actually. Wish me luck. Ooh, I am red. So I just got back home after being tested. It was actually pretty full on. Sorry if the sound quality on my phone is shit too, by the way.
It was like this whole fenced in area. They let us in, like waiting in this tent, and there were dots marked out where you were meant to stand. And one by one they called you in, hand sanitizer, gave you a mask, more hand sanitizer. Then they moved you around to this lady who asked you questions. You got paperwork and had to put a sticker up. Then you were led into another tent where you had to sit down and fill out your paperwork. Once you were done, you folded your chair down, so people didn't sit in the same chair. And then you were led to another room packed full of people, all like fully donned up, everyone was. And they're like, put your paper in here, put your pen and your clipboard there. Then you wait on this other square. Then they sent you through with a nurse. You got called through when they're ready. And there were like 3 people in the room. One asked you questions about your symptoms, sore throat, cough, fever. They took your temperature, did your vitals, and then they did the swabs. So they use the same swab, go way back in your throat. You have to poke your tongue out. They can use a depressor. They said, let us know if you need to cough and just turn your head. They were pretty amazed. They're like, wow, you did so well with the throat, swabs. You did really well. Like, it's right back at your tonsils, like gag reflex kind of. Yeah, for having a good gag reflex. Not having a gag reflex. Then they did the nose, and they said the nose is the worst, which it definitely was, because they go way up, like it almost feels like it's touching your brain. To me, remember being a kid and doing like somersaults in the pool underwater, and you get water up your nose, and you get that like, oh, eyes watering, like, almost like you bite into an icy pole, like that real sensitive feeling. That's what it felt like. It was worse on my right side. They gave me an information pack, which I haven't opened yet, and then said, if it's negative, I'll get a text message. Positive, I'll get a phone call. They said, even if it is negative and you're still having symptoms, still self-isolate. So I need to isolate until I get my results or until the symptoms pass, which I knew I'd have to do anyway. So that's cool. But results will come back within 72 hours. So awesome.
Yeah, that was full on. So thankfully the next day I did get a text message that my test results showed no coronavirus at all. So all clear. Yay! Some of my family members were like, oh my God, I can't believe you get tested. But at the same time, yeah, I needed to know. Got a toddler, got family, I needed to know if it was that or not. And yeah, thankfully it wasn't. And I'm just thankful that, I could have gone and got the tests, which I obviously did. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So I know that, 20 weeks, you normally have, that is a big milestone, big appointment, but because I had my anatomy scan at 19 weeks, which is normal, 19, 20 weeks. And I haven't had a chance to see my OB yet. I don't have much to report on. So 21 weeks is where I will have a lot more information for you guys. Hopefully, fingers crossed my placenta is moving. Who knows, we'll find out. Also did get a comment, some of you guys said I seem to get a lot of scans and things like that. It does depend on your OB really, and it depends on what you choose to do. Our main scans are 12 weeks and 20 weeks. However, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. My sister-in-law is about a month ahead of me, and she didn't do a 12-week, she didn't do a 20-week, she doesn't even have an OB. She's just been going to her local GP, which is what she's comfortable with, and then she'll start going to midwife appointments at the hospital, and that's just what she's done, which is completely fine. Whereas me, I've gone down the route from day dot straight to an OB. They did my initial appointment, did a scan then to double check I was pregnant, and then pretty much every time I go since, because you're already there, all the OBs have an ultrasound machine in their room. They're like, oh, hop on, we'll see what Bubs is doing. And yeah, that's pretty much been it. I mean, there's been one appointment, which I think was my 16-week appointment, because we go in monthly. My 16-week one, no, not 16, it would have been before that. Maybe my 12-week checkup, I don't know. They just did the Doppler just to hear heartbeat. And that's pretty much it. But that was right in the midst of all the corona stuff as well. So yeah, pretty much while you're there, they're like, just hop on and we'll see what Bubs is doing. It takes a second. So that's why you know, it seems like I have so many scans. It's just they pretty much do one every time I'm there, because why not? You're there already, might as well just check that everything's all right. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next update when I have more noodles. You've had 2 packets of noodles. No more noodles. You can have an apple. Do you want an apple? You got noodles in your hair. Do you want to say hello? Was it good noodles? Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.